mentioned 2 Corinthians 9:7. So what that, I'm paraphrasing, but that basically tells us how God loves a cheerful giver. And it says that when you give, it should never be done out of compulsion, out of obligation or guilt. It's something I've been noticing a lot for a while, and maybe you guys are seeing this too. It seems like everywhere you go these days, every business you go to is like looking to get something extra out of you beyond just the transaction. They want some kind of donation to something, or they want you to tip every employee in the building or something. And I don't mean to sound mean, but I feel like this tipping thing is kind of getting out of control. I mean, there's people you're supposed to tip, like you go to a sit-down restaurant, you tip your server, you go get a haircut, you tip your barber, things like that. But it's like cashiers at the checkout counter are asking for a tip, or employees in drive-thrus, or you go get a coffee and you pay for my coffee, and the person spins around the little screen and asks how much I want to tip. And I'm like, for what? Like, I came all the way here to get it myself, so I didn't have to do that. And I'm just waiting for the day when the tipping option pops up on the self-checkout. I'm really going to lose it. Somebody's going to have a heart attack and get CPR from the paramedic, and after they revive them, they're going to hold out their little tip screen. It's like they're trying to make it into an obligation or something. And I think some people probably look at church that way, like it's just another organization with their handouts, just someone else who wants my money. And it's not like that at all. God doesn't need our money. Some people who are unbelievers sometimes will use that as a way to bash Christianity, like, oh, your God's all powerful, but he needs your money. And he doesn't. It's not about him needing our money. It's that he wants our hearts. He wants our trust and our faith to be placed in him, and not in our stuff, not in our possessions, not in any money and finances that we have. I'm not on the staff here at Grace Church. I don't get a paycheck here. So when I come up here and ask you to give to the church, it's not for my personal benefit. I'm asking everyone to join me in giving back to this place where God has done and continues to do so many amazing things in people's lives. We're coming up on our 10-year anniversary, and Joey's been posting some pictures from the early days at Grace Church, and those are kind of cool to look at. And it's really neat to look back over the last several years and see, think about all the changed lives that we've seen, all the people who have come to Christ and been saved and get to go to heaven, all the people who have been pulled out of addiction, the people who have had relationships restored, and people who have been given hope and purpose in their lives. God's worked miracles in my life. He's worked miracles in my marriage. He's worked miracles in my family. I know he's done for most of you guys as well. And that is a cause that I will gladly, cheerfully give back to any day of the week. So as the ushers come forward, we're going to get ready to take our offering. And I just want to remind everybody that, if you're going to give, be sure that it's not being done out of obligation or pressure. It should be because you're excited to be a part of what God's doing here. Like I said, God doesn't need our help. He doesn't need our money. But if he wants to bless someone, if he wants to do a miracle in someone's life, he's going to do it whether we're involved or not. But when we give back to him and we demonstrate that trust and faith in him with a portion of the resources he's given us, when we serve him and we serve others in his name, when we help to create this environment where people can come and hear the gospel, then we get to be a participant in his blessings for other people. We get to have a front row seat in those miracles. And how awesome is that?